Right now at 5:30, Lexington police are investigating after they say overnight a hit-and-run driver caused a chain reaction crash that damaged a home. We'll hear from one of the people who was in that house.
WKYT News also on top of this story. 3 men accused of murdering a UK student this spring are set to be back in court today.
And we're tracking a few isolated showers across parts of southeastern Kentucky this morning. We'll all get a chance later today, and a chill is coming. We'll track it here in just a few minutes.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. Welcome aboard on this Friday, the train to the weekend. What about that? I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. All aboard then.
That's right. Let's climb on board. It's going to be a little chilly ride, that's for sure. And let's check in meteorologist Jim Caldwell in this morning for Micah. Good morning.
And good morning to you. We are going to head into the weekend and watch temperatures drop. Today, we'll likely end up in the 70s again, but that will change. Temperatures that we're seeing out there now, like the low and mid 60s, we'll see those for highs tomorrow. So big change coming with this. So right now, tracking a few showers to our south and east. This is more of the isolated stuff that was kind of the prefrontal energy that we had out there. So for the folks there in Bell and Harlan counties, getting ready to sweep right into the city of Harlan itself, and then right along the Hal Rogers Parkway there from Manchester out toward Hyden, we are tracking some of the showers. Let's plan your Friday. We will get an increased chance of showers later today. You'll watch temperatures probably max out close to noon, maybe an hour or two after, and then we'll watch temperatures fall into the evening hours, and that's going to be a trend into the weekend, guys. We will track all of it coming up in just a few minutes.
Okay, we'll see you then. Thank you, Jim.
New this morning, WKYT is tracking a breaking news alert out of the Red River Gorge.
Right now, Powell County rescue crews are on the lookout for 2 children who they say disappeared there last night. WKYT's Mark Barber is on his way. He's just arrived at the scene, and he's joining us with new information. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Bill and Rebecca. And the search is stretching on and on. We're told that these 2 boys were reported missing around 6 o'clock last night by their 2 parents. We're told that they think that they wandered off into the woods near this Coomer Ridge campsite. It's just over the Wolfe County line. Since then, they have brought in helicopters with infrared technology searching for these 2 boys through the trees through the night. However, they say they have not had any success so far, and this is something that is very concerning. They really are racing against the clock at this point because they say there are cliffs in every direction here. Now, when I asked what their search pattern was, they said they are trying to fan out and then retrace their steps going back and forth. Now, we're told that the boys are wearing bright-colored clothing, an orange shirt for one, a navy polo with the other one. They're hoping that maybe they can spot them, but they're saying that they're limited because it is so dark down here. Remember, there's a very large tree canopy here, so they tell me that they're waiting to resume their search until the daylight hours. Now, these 2 boys, 5 years old and 7 years old, I'm told that they are cousins, one from Ohio, one from Indiana. As you can imagine, the family taking this very hard. The grandmother posting to Facebook this morning asking for prayers. Of course, we will be out here through the morning following the search for these 2 missing boys. Again, 5 and 7. Crews are hoping for a happy ending to this. We hope for that as well. Of course, we will bring you the latest updates as we receive them here and online. Back to you.
All right, we'll stay right on top of it. Thank you.
I hope they find them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also new this morning, police are looking for the driver who caused some damage to a Lexington house.
Around 3 o'clock this morning, officers were called to Deer Lake Circle. That's near Manowar and Buckhorn Drive. WKYT's Michelle Chamberlain is there live this morning at the damaged home, joining us with the latest. Good morning, Michelle.
Good morning, Bill. Yeah, this was quite a mess out here this morning. A car drove hitting a 3rd car that was in the driveway. That car was totaled by the hit and run accident, but that car caused a train reaction, hitting these other 2 cars, and that SUV on the far side over there hit into the garage. Now, that garage served as the homeowner's 3rd bedroom, and they had a visitor at the time of the accident from California. Now, obviously, that visitor was startled during this whole accident.
Right away, I thought something hit the house. And so when I jumped up, I couldn't get out because I was stuck. The door was stuck, and there was furniture all over the place. And so finally, when somebody came downstairs, they popped the door open for me.
2 other people were in the home at the time of the accident. Everyone inside the home is okay, and the owner says that car that was first hit is totaled. Now, investigators are trying to determine if there's any structural damage to the home. They're also trying to determine who hit the car, causing this entire mess. Live in Lexington, Michelle Chamberlain, WKYT.
All right, thanks so much, Michelle. A woman is dead after a crash in Montgomery County on I-64. That crash happened in the eastbound lanes around mile marker 111. Police say a woman lost control of the car, slid into a tractor trailer that was parked on the side of the road. That woman died at the scene. Her name has not been released. The woman's sister was also in the car. She was airlifted to UK hospital with serious injuries. Well, the family of a Bath County teenager almost killed in a crash last month hopes that newly released pictures of what remains of the car will show how miraculous it was that he survived. Police say 16-year-old Aaron Williams lost control of his 1977 Camaro on US 60. The car hit a tree and burst into flames. A Good Samaritan pulled Aaron out of the car. Police released what's left of it back to the family, and they say seeing it makes them realize how lucky Aaron is to be alive.
I've lost a lot of sleep last night over just seeing that car and how that bullet came out. If you can see the inside, it's just miraculous. It's a miraculous how he came through that.
Aaron's family hopes that others will see what's left of this car and use it as a reminder to drive safely. Aaron is being treated at Cardinal Hill Rehabilitation Hospital.
5:36 now on WKYT this morning. 3 men charged with murdering a UK student are expected to be back in court today. Back in April, authorities say Jonathan Kruger was robbed and shot while walking on East Maxwell Street. 20-year-old Efren Diaz, 18-year-old Justin Smith, and 17-year-old Roman Gonzalez Jr. were all arrested for his murder. Back in July, Diaz and Smith pleaded not guilty to the murder charge. The case has been delayed because lawyers for the three say there's a lot of evidence to consider. Also today, a man charged in a deadly hit and run in Lexington is set to be sentenced. Lexington police say in June of last year, Angel Mejia swerved across 3 lanes of I-64 and slammed into a pickup truck. 68-year-old Wanda Beach was killed in that. Police say Mejia ran from the scene, but they caught him nearby. Investigators at the time said alcohol was a factor in the crash. 2 men accused of robbing a man at gunpoint yesterday are set to be in court today. According to court documents we've obtained, Sharon Alexander and Dimitri Fomigan drove up to a man on Maxwellton Court around 3:30 yesterday morning. The victim says the suspects pulled out a gun and robbed him. The 2 were arrested yesterday afternoon and charged with robbery. They're set to be arraigned today.
Well, a man is accused of stealing from one of the city's fire stations. Police charged 41-year-old Jason Allen with second-degree burglary. They say they found him not too long after the theft. Firefighters say they noticed him actually going into a restricted area at Fire Station 2 on New Circle Road. When they questioned him, firefighters say Allen grabbed some personal items belonging to firefighters and ran off. Police say they arrested him at a business across the road.
Back here in the Kentucky area, we have about 4 weeks to go now until the 2015 state general election. And according to our news partners at the Herald Leader, one candidate for governor has a particularly sizable advantage, at least when it comes to money. Democratic Attorney General Jack Conway reported this week his campaign has brought in more than $6 million since July. Conway has about $2 million of that left to spend. This is in direct contrast to his challenger, Republican Matt Bevin. Bevin reports receiving $1.6 million in that period. His campaign reports he has just $670,000 left on hand.
Well, the city has offered an alternative for families who don't want to take children trick-or-treating on October 31st. On Halloween, Lexington is hosting the Breeders' Cup at Keeneland, and there is a UK football game that night. Hundreds of people signed a petition asking the city to move trick-or-treating to the 30th to avoid any extra traffic on Halloween night. The city says that Fayette Mall will be offering indoor trick-or-treating on the 29th, but they say traditional outdoor trick-or-treating will still be from 6 until 8 on the 31st. Traffic problems during this week's Luke Bryan concert. It was quite a mess. It came up during last night's Urban County Council meeting. Lexington police say that traffic was backed up for 8 miles on Tates Creek Road before the concert Tuesday night at Talon Winery. The city says they had no control over the event because of a 2006 Board of Adjustments ruling that allows wineries to hold events like this. During the meeting, the city's planning commissioner said events like this should require a permit.
I think we can look at some of the things that we're doing right now, again, with some of the event permitting that works for downtown. I think issues that need to be looked at are what would trigger it in terms of its size and its scope. But it needs to be something, I think, from what we think, that is community-wide.
The Urban County Council approved a motion to have the Public Safety and Planning Committee review the proposal. A lot of uproar, especially on Facebook, over the traffic troubles.
Lots of talk about that one.
Yeah.
And, if they come up with another one, there'll probably be some discussion ahead of time. Time this morning is 5:40, and let's check live drive traffic this morning, see what is going on bright and early as folks are getting ready to get in there. Get it done on this Friday and head for the weekend.
Yes, get her done.
Looks pretty good right now on our Waze map.
Tonight at 7, the ramp from Newtown Pike to I-75 southbound will be closed for concrete repairment all weekend. That will last until Monday morning at 5.
All right, so heads up on that, trying to avoid the peak travel times,
Yes.
but it could be a bit of an inconvenience for you. All right, still a lot more coming up on WKYT on your Friday morning.
So you may dislike this story, but we won't know about it. Facebook rolling out some new tools to express your feelings, but they won't be in the U.S. just yet.
And you're going to like the forecast if you like the fall chill, because we're going to get it coming up this weekend. Temperatures are going to fall, but it comes with a price. Showers today. We'll track it